Hello everyone, I'm Brazen Eagle, and thank you for joining me here. So, from thedailywire.com, we have an updated article about Alabama bill aims to punish false accusations of rape, and the media cries foul, of course, written by Ash Shao on or from June 3rd, 2019. So, in the age of Pound Me Too, we're supposed to believe all women when they make accusations of a sexual nature. But as I have shown time and time again, that is simply not true. Even when an accusation is proven to be false, via text or video evidence, the false accuser faces little to no consequences, certainly far fewer consequences than the person falsely accused faces. Alabama State Representative E. Richard Dickey Drake, a Republican from Leeds, is trying to change that. Earlier this month, Drake introduced Alabama HB 544, a bill that would punish false accusations of sexual crime. As it stands, false accusers are only charged with filing a false police report, a misdemeanor. Drake's bill would make it a Class C felony to willfully, knowingly, and with malicious intent make a false report of rape in the first degree, sodomy in the first degree, or sexual torture. The allegations would need to be proven false in order for the accuser to be punished. The bill also makes it a Class A misdemeanor to willfully, knowingly, and with malicious intent make a false report of rape in the second degree, sodomy in the second degree, sexual misconduct, sexual abuse in the first degree, sexual abuse in the second degree, indecent exposure, enticing child to enter vehicle, house, etc., for immoral purposes, sexual abuse of a child under 12, or foster parent engaging in a sex act, etc., with a foster child. Again, the allegations would need to be proven untrue. In addition to the penalties for such felonies and misdemeanors, Class C felonies, of course, can result in 1 to 10 years in prison, and Class A misdemeanors can result in up to 1 year in prison. Those making false accusations may be liable for the legal fees of the falsely accused. AL.com reported that Drake decided to introduce the bill after his friend's ex-wife falsely accused him of child sexual abuse. If they make an accusation, they better make sure it's true and make them think twice before they make a false accusation, Drake told the outlet. Media outlets, of course, are reporting this bill by claiming it would hurt victims of sexual assault. AL.com claimed that if the accused is found not guilty, the accuser would be responsible for paying the accused person's legal expenses. The outlet also spoke to the director of the Alabama Coalition Against Rape, who said this bill would keep victims from coming forward, which is a lie. It's not solving a new problem, she said. It is a problem if someone makes a false report, and that's rare. It's an effort to silence men and women who are coming forward about sexual assault. It's an effort to make them afraid to come forward, which is another lie. And of course, MSNBC suffered a similar freakout. AL.com then repeated the misleading statistic that just 2 to 10% of accusations are false, as this person has written several times previously. This statistic only applies to accusations that are proven false. Since it is difficult to prove a negative, this is a rare occurrence. The remaining 90 to 98% are not true, however. In fact, just 3 to 5% go to trial and result in a guilty finding, so using the same logic used to claim few accusations are false, one could claim on 3 to 5% are true. Everything in between is questionable. There are reports that are baseless or wrongly reported, and those that lack evidence for an arrest. There are reports that don't result in a trial, dismissed or pleaded, and those that go to trial but are found not guilty. In a phone conversation, Drake told the Daily Wire that his bill would not punish accusers just because the accused was found not guilty. Just because you accuse someone and they're found not guilty doesn't mean you will be charged and pay legal fees, he said, adding that a not guilty finding may simply mean there wasn't enough evidence to convict, not that there was enough evidence to suggest the accusation was false. He added that, as the Wire reported, a person would only be charged if their accusation was proven false and made willingly, knowingly, and with malicious intent. It's going to be hard to prove that, and I know that, but I know there are cases that were proven untrue, he told The Wire. As examples, he listed the Scottsboro Boys, he is from Alabama after all, the Duke lacrosse rape hoax, and Brian Banks. Despite the media's false reporting, Drake's bill is not about keeping victims from coming forward. I want victims to come forward with sexual allegations, he said. I'm just trying to stop the false accusations that ruin lives. Good on you, Drake. So this sounds like a great bill that holds accusers responsible for their actions. If the accuser was making a false report of rape willfully, knowingly, and with malicious intent, then that person would be punished with a Class C felony. That's good. That's a good step in the right direction. Too many men are falsely accused of rape, falsely accused of sexual assault, and other items like that. But like most bills, though, it has a good chance of dying before being passed and made into law. However, though, this is Alabama, and Alabama does do some different things. So there is a chance that this could be signed into law. Who knows? Well, I guess we'll know in the future. But something to be aware of and to be cognizant of. This bill only came about because Alabama State Representative Drake here, his friend's ex-wife falsely accused the friend of child sexual abuse. Women will often claim that their partner, their husband or ex-boyfriend, is a sexual abuser so that the females will get custody of the children, which I believe, if I remember correctly, women get custody of the children anywhere between 80 to 90, maybe even up to 95% of the time in divorce cases or separation. Now, this bill is alive because it is finally affecting men at the top of the food chain. Because he is a politician that can also be accused of lies, especially slanderous lies, he introduces the bill. Now, of course, Alabama is the same state that Roy Moore, attempted to run for U.S. Senate before being Me Too'd before the election in 2017. Both of these articles, or Wikipedia and the Daily Wire, are also in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. Now, I do like within this article that it says, where was it? AL.com then repeated the misleading statistic that 2% to 10% of accusations are false. Now, obviously 2 to 10%, that's just way too low. And trying to find a more accurate number is pretty much impossible since, these are only things that have been proven false. But I'm glad to see that there is some reaction going on about this, that there is some sort of evidence proving that the myth of 2 to 10% of accusations are proven false. I do like that there is some effort moving forward regarding these accusations. Now, if this bill does pass, of course, this wouldn't harm people who have actually been abused or assaulted. If you have legit been abused or assaulted, you are more than fine. Just come to the police, and then things will move on, get the test done, and you'll be fine. There are things, of course, called rape shield laws that does protect the victim of actual sexual abuse, assault, and things of that nature. However, of course, Representative Drake even brings to light, which I love that he did, he makes it well known that there has been evidence that false rape or sexual assault accusations do occur. He even lists the Scottsboro Boys, the Duke Lacrosse rape hoax, and Brian Banks, which I'm not very familiar with. But I do like this article. The last thing that it says, I'm just trying to stop the false accusations that ruin lies. I think that's a really good way to end the article, but this is absolutely true. Many men's lives have been ruined because of false accusations. Think of Bill Cosby. Now, you could say whatever you want about Bill Cosby, but I don't think he drugged women without their permission, because the women that took the drugs, they kept coming back again and again and again and again. But there are many men out there who we don't know about, who are falsely accused, who have their lives ruined in their 20s, even in their teens, their 30s, 40s, throughout their entire lives. They could be accused falsely and then have their lives ruined. That's completely unfair, and at least there is some pushback, albeit it is from Alabama, but there is some pushback against Me Too or the remnants of Me Too. But then again, society is only going to get worse before it can get better. So, with that in mind, I'm Brazen Eagle. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.